14th. And thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Turned out to be an awesome day yesterday.
Yes, it was nice later, and then this morning we're chilly. It will be a nice day today, but it's going to feel like fall.
Mow that lawn today.
Yes, it will be a great day for that. It won't be too hot. So let's take a look now at the temperatures to start.
Bless you.
We're starting out in the upper 40s to low 50s this morning, so a chilly start. I'll grab the jacket or the sweatshirt. We have 49 degrees in Richfield Springs, 48 degrees in Cooperstown and Little Falls. No humidity, 52 degrees for the dew point this morning. It will turn breezy today. It's going to feel a little bit more like fall with highs just reaching the mid-60s. We will continue to see a nice stretch through the weekend, but we'll warm up into the lower 70s, and we will continue to see low humidity and those lower temperatures with partly sunny skies for almost every day. So today, expect partly sunny skies, breezy conditions, and highs in the mid-60s. I will talk a little bit more about the weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. It's a chilly start this morning. I'll grab the sweatshirt or the jacket and then maybe a large cup of coffee or warm drink because temperatures are just in the upper 40s to low 50s. Pretty chilly this morning, and we'll just reach the mid 60s today. So it is going to feel a little bit more like fall. It's also going to be breezy, a little bit windy, so it's going to feel a little bit cooler outside today, and it's going to get cool again tonight. We'll drop into the lower 40s tonight. And then over the next few days, we'll warm up to the 70s, but still with that low humidity and those breezy conditions, it's going to feel a little bit more like fall, but it's going to be a great couple of days to spend outside, maybe want to eat outside or anything like that. It's going to be a great couple of days for that with the low humidity, mosquitoes gone, and stuff like that. Once again, just a little bit breezy for today, calmer wind speeds tomorrow, breezy again on Saturday. That's from Hurricane Lee to the east of us, and then we'll be seeing calm winds again Sunday. Gary.
Anna, thanks. The Centers for Disease Control.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out a bit chilly this morning, and today it's going to feel a little bit more like fall. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. Sweatshirt or jacket when heading out the door this morning. It's chilly. It's still pretty dark out as well. Our temperatures are mainly just in the 50s, even the upper 40s for some of the areas. We have 46 degrees in Inlet and in Big Moose. And if we look to the south, 49 degrees in Norwich and in Cooperstown. So really chilly start. It's also not humid at all. We have 52 degrees for our dew point. Really comfortable humidity has come in, and it will remain like this for the next couple of days, even into the weekend. It's also going to get a little bit breezy today. This morning, not so much, but by this afternoon, we could see wind speeds up to 12 to 15 miles per hour. So it is also going to be breezy today, but then tonight it will die down once again. So we are dry on our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar. The cold front has moved out. There is a high pressure system all the way to the west of us that will continue to build in, and that will bring us our nice weather over the next few days and into the weekend. So actually it's really nice weather for golfing, other than the fact that it is going to be a little bit breezy today, but keep that in mind. Highs are going to be in the mid 60s, so it's not too hot. It's going to be nice and cool, feeling a little bit more like fall. The breeze dies down tomorrow. Really nice day tomorrow with more sun, and will be a little bit warmer in the low 70s. But the wind picks up again on Saturday. Highs reach the low 70s once again, and we will continue to see sunshine. So overall, a nice weekend ahead. It's going to be a little bit breezy on Saturday with partly sunny skies. Sunday, extra sunshine, a little bit warmer and less of a breeze. So overall, this weekend is looking really nice. Our next chance of rain doesn't come in until Monday. And once again, looking at Hurricane Lee, it is a Category 2 hurricane. It continues to move up the East Coast, bringing rain to Maine and the other parts of New England Saturday morning. And what this will do for us is it just brings in higher level clouds into our area. Will be a little bit breezy, but not that much of an effect on us. It looks to make landfall just around Maine and Nova Scotia on Saturday afternoon, and it looks to make landfall as either a Category 1 hurricane or a tropical storm. It then continues to move east and no longer affects us, but really it won't really affect us at all for this weekend. So on our Skycast today, we are going to start out pretty chilly and we'll only warm up a little bit. We'll be in the lower 60s at noon and the mid 60s for the high temperature with some sun, higher level clouds and breezy conditions. Tonight will even get cooler than last night. We'll fall into the lower to mid 40s. So a really chilly night ahead. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be a chilly start with a sweatshirt probably needed once again. We'll warm up more tomorrow, though. At noon tomorrow, we'll be in the mid 60s, and then we'll be in the low 70s for the high temperature with some extra sunshine. So expect breezy conditions today. Some cloud cover, but overall it's going to be a nice fair day with highs in the mid 60s. Tonight will get chilly again though with a low in the lower 40s. Tomorrow and into the weekend we'll warm up a bit more. We'll reach the lower 70s. We'll be a little bit breezy on Saturday, but overall really nice weekend with our next chance of rain Monday. Gary.
A lot of people liking this weather today, that's for sure.
Yes, it's going to be a really nice day. I like fall, so I do like the weather today.
Fall is in the air.
Yes.
Hannah, thanks. The time right now, 5:24. And thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Well, that was like a shock to the system,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
It was really
Holy
loud.
moly.
But yeah, this morning, when stepping outside, it's going to feel kind of chilly. We haven't really seen this in a little bit, so it's chilly this morning, and today we'll just reach the 60s.
Yeah, gorgeous day ahead.
Yes, it's going to be nice.
Yeah, get out there and mow that lawn today.
Yes, so let's take a look now at our temperatures. We are a little bit chilly. We're in the upper 40s, low 50s, 49 degrees in Richfield Springs and 48 degrees in Little Falls and Cooperstown. Not humid either, 52 degrees for that dew point. We will continue to see this cooler weather and this low humidity for the next couple of days, but today is definitely going to be the coolest day with highs just in the mid 60s, feeling a little bit more like fall. But once again, this nice stretch does continue through the weekend with the low humidity, the lower temperatures, and some sun. So expect sunshine today. We are going to reach just the mid 60s and will be breezy today. I will talk a little bit more about the weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than 10 minutes away. Relief in
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. We're seeing chilly weather to start. 54 degrees for the temperature and no humidity, 52 degrees for the dew point. The wind is calm right now, but today it is going to turn breezy this afternoon with highs just in the mid 60s. So it's definitely going to feel a little bit more like fall for today. We'll warm up into the 70s into the weekend. Still not warm for this time of year. Usually the past couple of days, last week, we were seeing temperatures in the upper 70s, so it is going to feel a little bit cooler. And then next week, we'll be back into the upper 60s, so definitely that fall-like weather is coming in. Perfect weather to mow the lawn today, tomorrow, Saturday. Our next chance of rain is not going to come in until Monday. Gary.
Hannah, thanks. It's that time of year.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out chilly this morning, and today it's definitely going to feel a little bit more like fall. So let's take a look at downtown Utica. Still dark out to start, but you definitely need the jacket or the sweatshirt. It is pretty chilly. Our temperatures are in the upper 40s to low 50s. We have 53 degrees in Whitesboro, even 45 degrees in Inlet, and looking to the south, 49 degrees in Cooperstown, Sherburne, and in Norwich. No humidity either, 52 degrees for that dew point. We will remain cooler and not humid into the weekend. Today, it's also going to be a little bit breezy. So this afternoon, we just reached the mid 60s, and we're going to be seeing wind speeds around 12 to 15 miles per hour this afternoon, and then they will start to die down again tonight for tomorrow. So make sure you definitely grab the sweatshirt for today. We are dry on our Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Once again, seeing a stronger wind coming out of the west today. High pressure is building in from the west after that cold front moved out. So that's what's bringing us this this nice weather over the next few days. Perfect weather for golfing, but once again, it is going to be a little bit windy today. We'll just be in the mid-60s, so not too hot. We'll warm up for tomorrow and the weekend. We'll reach the low 70s, but it's still going to be really nice, not humid at all, with some sunshine. So really nice weather is coming in, and it continues to be nice through the weekend. It's going to be a little bit breezy on Saturday, but still nice with partly sunny skies. Sunday, less breezy. Highs are going to be in the low 70s for both of these days. Now, once again, Hurricane Lee still a Category 2 hurricane at this hour. It is going to continue to move up to the East Coast. It does bring some rain to the New England area, but it's not really going to affect us. It does make landfall around Maine, Nova Scotia area as either a Category 1 hurricane or a tropical storm. At this point, it is still up in the air, and that looks to be Saturday afternoon. It's not going to affect us here directly. We are just going to be seeing windy conditions on Saturday because of this, and we're also going to be seeing higher level clouds on Saturday. So today, it's going to be fair weather. We are going to be seeing high level clouds throughout the day. We'll be in the low 60s at noon, mid 60s for the high temperature with breezy conditions. Tonight, it gets even cooler than last night. We'll actually fall into the lower 40s tonight. So a pretty chilly start tomorrow morning, but we'll warm up really quickly tomorrow. We'll be in the mid 60s at noon and the lower 70s for the high temperature with sunshine and less wind. So today, expected to be a little bit windy. We do see partly sunny skies with higher level clouds, and we'll just be ranging in the 60s throughout the day. Tonight will fall into the lower 40s. Tomorrow through the weekend, we'll warm up into the low 70s. We do see some more cloud cover come in for Saturday and Sunday, but still a nice fall-like weekend. Our next chance of rain does not come in until Monday. Gary.
Nice day to get outside today.
Yes, it's going to be nice, not too hot. If you like fall, today is the perfect day.
Yes, that's for sure. Hannah, thanks. Well, the time now is 5:52. Still, thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libertor.
I'm Swim Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And when you think about September, most likely you think about weather like today, right?
Yes, it's going to be cooler today. We'll just be reaching the mid-60s, and then we'll be seeing some cloud cover.
Yeah, the seasons are a-changing.
Yes, they are. So let's take a look now at the temperatures to start. I would grab a jacket or a sweatshirt. We're in the upper 40s to low 50s this morning. 47 degrees in Little Falls, Cooperstown, Earlville, and Lake Pleasant. Also no humidity, 52 degrees for that dew point. We'll just reach the mid-60s today. So we're starting out this morning with some cloud cover, also seeing some fog in the southern valleys. Cooler today, more fall-like, higher level clouds are expected as we reach the mid-60s and will be a little bit breezy. But this nice stretch of dry fall-like weather does continue through the weekend with the low humidity and the lower temperatures. So expect breezy conditions today, fair weather, clouds, and we'll be in the mid-60s. I will talk a little bit more about the weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, some breaking.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. A chilly start this morning. I would definitely recommend grabbing a warm drink or maybe a large cup of coffee. Temperatures are just around 50 degrees, and today we'll just reach the mid-60s. So you probably need the sweatshirt when heading out the door, but it's going to be a pretty fair day. We'll be seeing some higher level clouds, low humidity, and breezy conditions. But if you did want to eat outside or spend any time outside over the next few days, it's going to be really nice for that because all the mosquitoes are going to be gone, and it is going to be sunny tomorrow, more fair level clouds on Saturday, and we'll warm up tomorrow. We'll be in the low 70s and the low 70s this weekend. Today looks to be the coolest day over the next few days. It's going to be a little bit breezy today, and then we do see calmer wind speeds come in for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a really nice day with sunshine, a little bit warmer as well. Will be breezy again heading into Saturday. That's from Hurricane Lee moving up the coast. It's possible we are going to be seeing breezy conditions because of that. And then we'll be seeing calmer winds coming back in for Sunday. We'll be right back.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out chilly this morning, and we're seeing partly cloudy skies. Today, it's going to feel a little bit more like fall. So let's take a look at downtown Utica. As we can see, partly cloudy skies to start. Definitely need a jacket or sweatshirt. Our temperatures from our sky watchers are just in the 40s to 50s. We have 43 degrees in Old Forge and in Inlet. And if we look to the south, we have 46 degrees in Cooperstown, 47 degrees in Milford. So a chilly start this morning. No humidity either, 52 degrees for that dew point. There will be low humidity continuing through the weekend. It's also going to get a little bit breezy today, not so much this morning, but once we head into mid-morning into the afternoon, wind speeds could reach up to 15 miles per hour. So keep in mind today it is going to be a little bit breezy and it's going to be chilly with highs just in the mid-60s. We are dry on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, and we will remain dry today thanks to that cold front moving out, and there is an area of high pressure to the west that it will be pushing in, bringing us this really nice weather over the next few days. So if you did want to golf, great for that since it won't be too hot. It is going to be breezy though, so keep that in mind. 8 to 12 miles per hour wind speeds for today, could be up to 15 miles per hour this afternoon. We get a little bit better tomorrow, less of a breeze, and it's going to be a little bit warmer, highs in the lower 70s. The weekend looks nice as well, but it will be breezy heading into Saturday. Saturday is going to be a little bit breezy, and we see very similar weather to today where there will be upper level clouds in the air on Saturday, but it will be warmer. We'll be in the lower 70s. Sunday, extra sunshine, lower 70s as well, but still really nice weekend ahead. We remain dry over the next few days. Our next chance of rain is not until Monday. Once again, here's Hurricane Lee, Category 2 hurricane at this point that will continue to move up the coast and weaken, but it does look to bring some rain to the New England area, and it does make landfall in either Maine or Nova Scotia, and it will make landfall as either a Category 1 hurricane or a tropical storm. So we are continuing to track that. That will happen on Saturday. So Saturday for us, we are going to be seeing upper level clouds from this and breezy conditions from this, but we will not be seeing any rain from Hurricane Lee. It looks to stay up towards Maine and Nova Scotia. It also brings rain to the rest of the New England area. So on our skycast today, we will be nice and dry. Upper level clouds can be expected. We'll reach the low 60s at noon and the mid 60s for the high temperature. It will be breezy with temperatures dropping into the lower 40s tonight. Really chilly night ahead. A chilly start tomorrow, but tomorrow will warm up a little bit more. We'll be in the mid 60s at noon and the lower 70s for the high temperature tomorrow with less of a wind. So it is going to be breezy today with partly sunny skies. We do see some cloud cover in the upper level. We'll be in the mid 60s today. And tonight we will be seeing clear skies with a low in the lower 40s. Tomorrow we'll warm up a little bit more and see some extra sunshine. We'll be in the low 70s through the weekend. A nice stretch of dry weather before rain returns Monday. Gary.
What a great 7-day forecast, though.
Yes, if you do like fall, these next couple of days are going to be nice.
Yeah, a lot of sunshine, too. Hannah, thanks. Well, there is still time. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And it is the middle of September, and it's starting to feel like it.
Yes, it's going to be a little bit cooler today. We're starting out chilly, and then we'll just reach the 60s.
But it's good news for a lot of folks who like the cooler temperatures, that's for sure.
Yes, fall is right around the corner. So let's take a look now at the temperatures to start. We are in the 40s and 50s, 47 degrees in Little Falls, Earlville, Richfield Springs, and Cooperstown. As you can see here, it's a little bit warmer in the Mohawk Valley than the North Country and the Southern Valleys this morning. We're also seeing some fog in the Southern Valleys. Our dew point's 52, so really no humidity outside as well. It's a cool, crisp morning when stepping outside, so you definitely need the jacket or the sweatshirt. And we're just going to reach the mid-60s today. A little bit breezy as well, so definitely feeling a little bit more like fall. This nice fall-like weather stretch continues through the weekend with this lower humidity and the lower temperatures. So expect partly sunny skies today. We do see some upper-level clouds come in. We'll be in the mid-60s for the high temperature and we'll be breezy. I will talk a little bit more about the weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Bassett Health.
Welcome back. It's a chilly start this morning. 54 degrees being measured at the Gervais Park Airport in Rome. No humidity, 52 degrees for that dew point. And the winds are calm now, but today it is going to get breezy for this afternoon. Highs are just going to be in the mid-60s. We'll be in the 70s over the weekend, so a little bit warmer, but then we'll fall back down to the upper 60s next week. That fall-like weather has come in. So if you did want to mow your lawn or do any yard work, great day today for that since it won't be too hot. And I would say yes, forecast for Friday and over the weekend as well, as we are going to be dry up until Monday. Gary.
Tech leaders from around the world descended on Capitol Hill on Wednesday to
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. A nice morning outside. It's a little bit chilly, though, and we are not going to warm up that much today. So let's take a look at downtown Utica. A beautiful sunrise to start our morning. It's cool and crisp outside. Our temperatures are just in the 40s to 50s. Our sky watchers have 43 degrees in Old Forge and Inlet and 53 degrees in Westdale, Clinton, and New Hartford. Taking a look to the south, just in the 40s, 45 degrees in Hartwick and 46 degrees in Cooperstown. No humidity. It's feeling really crisp outside. 52 degrees for that dew point. And the low humidity and the lower temperatures continue through the weekend. Today it is going to be a little bit breezy, though, left over from that cold front yesterday. Not so much now, but this afternoon we could be seeing winds up to 12 to 15 miles per hour. We will remain dry today. This is our Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This is an area of high pressure moving in from the west, so thanks to that, we will be seeing dry weather for the next few days, and it looks to remain nice and dry through the weekend. So Nala and her neighbor are super excited about the dry weather and the sunshine, but it's a little bit chilly for them this morning. Today, she's saying hi to Oscar, who's already thinking of Christmas, hiding in the box with the Christmas decorations because it is a bit chilly for Nala and Oscar. So they'll snuggle up this morning, but this afternoon when it's dry, they'll feel a little bit better, and we'll be seeing temperatures reach the mid-60s. So if you want to golf, great couple days for that. Only thing about today is, though, that it's going to be breezy, so keep that in mind. But it won't be too hot. We'll be in the lower 70s tomorrow, less of a wind tomorrow, but those winds do return on Saturday, but we'll warm up a little bit more into the 70s. A nice weekend ahead. Will be dry for both days. Extra cloud cover and winds on Saturday. That's due to Hurricane Lee moving up the coast. Sunday, we will be seeing some more sunshine and less of a wind. So a nice weekend to spend outside. We are still tracking Hurricane Lee. It's not going to affect us directly. It continues to move up the East Coast Saturday morning, bringing some rainfall to the New England area, not for us. And it looks to make landfall as either a Category 1 or a tropical storm hurricane up in either Maine or Nova Scotia, and that will be Saturday afternoon. Once again, not affecting us directly, but extra cloud cover and winds could be expected on Saturday. But as for today, we are going to be seeing some sunshine. A little bit of cloud cover is expected as higher level clouds this afternoon. We'll be in the lower 60s at noon and the mid 60s for the high temperature. We get cooler tonight, we get cooler tonight than last night. We'll fall into the 40s tonight, the lower 40s. And tomorrow we will warm up a little bit more than today. We'll be in the mid 60s at noon tomorrow and the lower 70s for the high temperature with sunshine. So today expect breezy conditions, extra cloud cover, higher level clouds, but we do see some sunshine. We'll be in the mid 60s today, feeling a lot more like fall, and we'll really drop in temperature tonight to the lower 40s. Tomorrow is going to be a chilly start, but we'll warm up to the low 70s with sunshine. We'll remain in the low 70s through the weekend with low humidity. Our next chance of rain is not until Monday, Gary.
great next 4 days.
Yes, it's going to feel a little bit more like fall, too.
Yeah, a lot of sunshine.
Yes.
Hannah, thank you. The time right now is 6:53. Still ahead.
From where the news comes first, this is News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW11.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And the bus stop this morning is a bit chilly.
Yes, definitely grab a sweatshirt. We're in the 50s mostly. Some of us are in the upper 40s too.
Yeah, a bit chilly, that's for sure.
Yes, and we'll just reach the 60s today, so it's going to feel like fall.
Yeah, nice.
So let's take a look now at the temperatures to start. We are in the 40s to 50s, 47 degrees in Richfield Springs, Cooperstown, and in Little Falls. Also, some patchy fog is possible in the southern valleys. No humidity is expected, 52 degrees for the dew point. We will remain not humid for the next few days. So today it's going to be a little bit cooler, more fall-like weather today, where highs are just going to be in the mid-60s, and this nice fall stretch does continue through the weekend with the lower humidity and the lower temperatures with some sun. So today expect partly sunny skies. We do see a couple of higher level clouds come in. We'll be in the mid-60s and we will be breezy. I will talk more about the weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks, and don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Some breaking news.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with partly sunny skies this morning, and it is a little bit chilly. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. Grab the jacket or sweatshirt this morning. It is a little bit chilly. We are seeing some cloud cover as well. Today is going to feel much more like fall. Our sky watchers just have us in the 40s and 50s. We have just 43 degrees in Old Forge and Inlet, and we're in the 40s to the south with some fog this morning. 46 degrees in Cooperstown and 45 degrees in Hartwick. No humidity with 52 degrees for the dew point. We will continue to see low humidity through the weekend. And today, once again, it's going to feel a little bit more like fall with highs just in the mid 60s, this low humidity and breezy conditions. Not so much now, but wind speeds are going to pick up this afternoon. We're looking at wind speeds between 12 and even up to 15 miles per hour later. So it is going to be a breezy and chilly day today. We will remain dry though. This is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. High pressure is building in from the west at this time, and this is giving us really nice weather for the next few days. A nice day for golfing, but it is going to be windy, so keep that in mind. It won't be too hot, just in the mid 60s for the high temperature. We'll warm up more tomorrow and Saturday, but still comfortable. Low 70s with the low humidity. We will be seeing extra sunshine tomorrow and then more cloud cover coming in for Saturday. So on Saturday, higher level clouds are possible. It will be breezy again like today. Highs are going to be in the lower 70s, and we do see extra sunshine and less of a wind on Sunday. But still, we remain dry for the next few days and into the weekend. It's still going to be nice. Our next chance of rain is not until Monday. But Hurricane Lee is still moving up the East Coast. It's not going to affect us directly. It brings rain to the New England area, looks to make landfall as either a Category 1 hurricane or a tropical storm for either Maine or Nova Scotia, that area. Once again, not going to be bringing rain to us directly, but on Saturday, since that's when it looks to make landfall, it's possible we could be seeing extra cloud cover and windy conditions because of that. As for today, we'll be on the cooler side, low 60s at noon, mid 60s for the high temperature, and it will be breezy with partly sunny skies. We do see some upper level clouds, and tonight will be even cooler than last night. We'll fall into the low 40s. A chilly start tomorrow, but we'll warm up a little bit more, mid 60s at noon and the lower 70s for the high temperature with sunshine and less of a wind. So expect breezy conditions today, partly sunny skies. We'll reach the mid 60s, so it will be on the cooler side, and tonight it gets cold. We fall into the low 40s. After a chilly start tomorrow, we'll warm up a little bit more, lower 70s with sunshine and less wind. We turn breezy with some extra cloud cover again on Saturday, but still a nice weekend with our next chance of rain not until Monday.
And it's a good one. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
We are tracking some sunshine this hour, and it's feeling a little bit more like fall, but it's also possible that we're seeing some very light areas of lake effect rain. Here's our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are breezy, and it's coming out of the northwest from Canada, that wind, and that's blowing over warmer waters of Lake Ontario, along with even Oneida Lake. We're seeing a few spotty rain showers just off of Oneida Lake at this hour, so it is possible to see a very quick pop-up shower. We're also seeing a few spotty showers up here over Lake Ontario. So once again, it is possible to see a few pop-up showers, very light, and they will be brief. This is from lake effect rain. Lake effect rain is most popular when it's the end of summer turning to fall. Our temperature right now is 62 degrees, so that is cooler than that lake water. We're also seeing no humidity, 54 degrees for the dew point, and breezy conditions coming out of the northwest, so that wind is coming out of Canada, so it's feeling a little bit chilly like fall today. We're also seeing partly sunny skies. The nice stretch of the fall-like weather continues through the weekend with the low humidity and the lower temperatures. So today's nice. Just watch out, maybe seeing a pop-up shower. It's breezy, and I will talk a little bit more about the weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Get ready.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are seeing a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon, and it definitely has a fall feel in the air. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. We are seeing blue skies, also some cumulus clouds. Those cumulus clouds may look a little bit dark, but they're not really producing any rain. What we can see on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar is that there is some lake effect rain. There was some that formed over Oneida Lake, just a few very brief pop-up showers, and there were some more showers up north from Lake Ontario. Lake effect rain usually happens late summer, early fall when that air is transitioning to more cooler air. We're also seeing a wind today bring in some cooler air from Canada. So that is blowing over warmer waters of those lakes. And then once again, we can see on our radar and satellite that wind coming in from the northwest, blowing over the waters, creating very brief pop-up showers of lake effect rain this afternoon. Otherwise, we're mostly dry, but we are seeing wind speeds up to 15 miles per hour today. That looks to happen this afternoon, and then those winds will start to die back later tonight. Our Skywatchers have us in the 50s and 60s, so that air temperature is definitely cooler than that water temperature. 58 degrees in Old Forge and 64 degrees in Clinton. So this afternoon, Nala and Oscar are still kind of snuggling up. They're a little bit chilly. Oscar actually jumped into the box with the Christmas decorations. He's in the Christmas mood because it is getting a little bit chilly outside, but they're happy that they're starting to see some sunshine so they can sunbathe. If you did want to eat outside today, tomorrow, Saturday, it should be nice for that because it's not going to be buggy, because it's not humid. All those mosquitoes should be gone. We'll be in the mid-60s today for the high temperature, maybe a nice afternoon or evening to eat outside. Tomorrow and Saturday will be a little bit warmer too. We'll reach the low 70s. An update on Hurricane Lee. It is still moving up the East Coast. It looks to bring rain to the New England area Saturday morning, and it will make landfall Saturday afternoon in either Maine or Nova Scotia. It looks to make landfall as either a Category 1 hurricane or tropical storm. For us, it is just going to bring extra cloud cover Saturday and the possibility of it to be pretty windy on Saturday. But for today, we're a little bit breezy. Highs just reached the mid-60s, and we see a mix of clouds and sun. A few lake effect rain pop-up showers are possible. Tonight we'll fall into the 40s. We're going to be even cooler than last night, so a pretty chilly start tomorrow. With the warm-up, we'll reach the mid-60s at noon and the lower 70s for the high temperature with sunshine. So today, a little bit chilly. We'll just reach the mid-60s. It's partly sunny. It's a little bit windy, and tonight will be cooler than last night. We'll fall into the 40s, so it is going to be cooler to start tomorrow, but we'll warm up a little bit more, and we'll be in the 70s with low humidity for the weekend with our next chance of rain Monday. Gary.
Not a bad 7-day forecast.
Yes, it looks nice.
Especially the next 4 days.
Yes.
Hannah, thanks. The just approved new half hour. Once again, here is meteorologist Hannah Evans.
We are tracking a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon with a fall feel in the air. Let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're mostly dry now, but we did just see a few brief showers that developed off of Oneida Lake. They did just move through. There's one lone shower just north of Utica, south of Trenton at this hour, and then we're just seeing a few more lake effect rain showers to the north. So lake effect rain showers usually happen end of summer, early fall. That's when the air is kind of turning a little bit cooler, but those lake waters are still warm. So that happened here this afternoon. It's still possible that could happen, but at this point we're mostly dry. Temperatures mainly in the 60s. We have 62 degrees right now. We measured at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome. A low dew point, low humidity, and we are seeing that wind blowing out of the northwest. From the northwest, that Canadian air is coming in, so that makes it feel a little bit cooler. It's definitely feeling more like fall today, and this nice fall-like stretch continues through the weekend with the low humidity and the lower temperatures. So expect it to feel like fall today with some sun. It's breezy as well. I will talk more about the weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. A judge has denied Mark.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are seeing a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon, and definitely has a fall feel in the air. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. We are seeing some of these clouds are quite dark, but none of these clouds are going to produce rain. These are just cumulus clouds. We are seeing a mixture of these clouds and some sunshine for the rest of this afternoon. A little bit cooler though, since we are seeing lower temperatures at this point. Here is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. I did want to point out that we are seeing a breeze coming out of the northwest that is blowing cooler Canadian air over the lake. So Lake Ontario did just produce a few very light and brief lake effect showers to the north. We also did just see some from Oneida Lake. These are these light spots on our radar here. At this point, it looks like they're done producing at this hour, so we should be mostly dry from now on, but just something to point out that did happen earlier this morning. We are still going to be mostly dry today, but it's possible since we are seeing this breeze coming in from the northwest, that Canadian air blowing over the warm lakes. That's why we are seeing the possibility of a few pop-up light brief showers. At this hour, our wind speed is just around 12 miles per hour. It is possible that our wind speed today reaches up to 15 miles per hour. So it is going to be a bit breezy and chilly. Our sky watchers just have us right in the 60s. A little bit cooler up in Old Fort, it's 58 degrees, and then we have 64 degrees in Clinton. Definitely feeling a lot more like fall today, but it's really nice if you want to spend time outside. Maybe if you want to eat lunch or dinner outside, all the bugs should be gone, the mosquitoes, so it should be nice evening for that. Maybe tomorrow and Saturday would be nice because it's a bit warmer. We'll reach the low 70s starting tomorrow and into the weekend. It's overall going to be a nice weekend. We're not going to be seeing any direct effects from Hurricane Lee, but this is still continuing to move up the East Coast. New England is going to be seeing some rain starting Saturday morning from Lee, and Lee does look to make landfall either in Maine or Nova Scotia Saturday afternoon as either a Category 1 or tropical storm. So this happens on Saturday. What we are going to be seeing from Lee is possibly some cloudy skies on Saturday and windy conditions. But today we are seeing a mix of sun and clouds. Once again, a few very light pop-up lake effect rain showers are possible, but otherwise we are dry with highs in the mid-60s. Tonight will get cooler than last night. We'll fall into the low 40s. So a cool start tomorrow, but we'll warm up a bit more. We'll be in the mid-60s at noon and the lower 70s tomorrow for the high temperature with sunshine. So expect cooler weather today, windy conditions. We're partly sunny with a high in the mid-60s. Tonight we really cool down. We see a low in the lower 40s. We'll warm up a bit more tomorrow. We'll reach the low 70s and we'll be warmer over the weekend as well. We could be seeing some extra cloud cover Saturday and windy conditions from Lee, but then we have another nice day on Sunday with our next chance of rain not until Monday. Gary.
Nice stretch ahead.
Yes, it is.
Hannah, thank you. There were tears and a...
With Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. Today was fall.
Oh, absolutely. Temperatures in the low 60s. It's going to be in the 40s tonight in a lot of areas. Some places even into the upper 30s. Not cold enough for frost, but getting closer. Still a couple of weeks away from that. 61 degrees is the current temperature. A west-northwest wind at 14 miles an hour. We are looking at dry weather. We have low humidity in place, and as the winds die down this evening, skies clear out. It's going to help temperatures drop into the low 40s. We're going to take a look at local low temperatures and see some of the colder places and how cold they get tonight. Beautiful weather is expected as we get into tomorrow and especially over the weekend. We're also tracking Hurricane Lee, an update on where he's headed coming up. This evening, partly sunny, temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. Again, tracking some of those temperatures tonight across the area. Look at the forecast coming out. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New York could soon require people selling their homes to disclose whether or not the property has been flooded or is at risk for future flooding. The money comes as more of New York experiences floodwaters. A proposal has been passed by the state legislature and now awaits a signature from Governor Hochul. If signed, the bill would make the state at least the 30th in the country to require flood disclosures.
The city of Utica is getting $2.3 million to plant.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Feeling like fall across central New York. Temperatures in the 60s this afternoon. There's been a breeze and we've been seeing some lake effect cloud cover. Tonight, as skies clear out, Stage is set for temperatures to fall into the low 40s, in some places the upper 30s. This is a look at overnight lows expected across the region. Boonville down to 39, Old Forge 37, Middleville 40, Waterville 43. Across the southern valleys, we're expecting overnight lows to drop into the low 40s. Cooperstown 42, Canajoharie 46, Oneonta 43, and Norwich with 42. These temperatures are lower than what we saw last night by about 5 to, in some cases, 10 degrees, but we won't be it's not going to be cold enough for frost, although some places, again, will drop into the upper 30s. Usually it's about 35 degrees where frost does start to come into play, so we're not quite there yet. We will be, though, looking ahead. Not anytime soon, but it's usually the end of September to October when that becomes a lot more common. So you look at the radar and satellite image, again, pretty quiet today. We saw a couple of sprinkles from the lakes briefly, but really that only happened in a few spots. Most of the day has been looking like this across most of the area. It's been a beautiful afternoon. Fair weather clouds, alive looking downtown Utica. Tomorrow night is going to be a picture-perfect night for high school football. Looking at sunshine in the evening time. The sunset nowadays is about 7:15, so kickoff starts with sunshine, but it doesn't last very long. It's going to be a beautiful evening with temperatures in the 50s by halftime. You might want to grab a sweatshirt if you're going to be heading out to the game tomorrow night. Loudville 61 degrees, Inlet 56, Little Falls 66, Whitesboro 62, across Southern Valleys, Sherburne 64, and Cooperstown with 64 degrees. Temperatures are going to be climbing as we look ahead. We're going to spend the weekend with highs in the low 70s. We'll be back into the upper 60s on Monday and Tuesday, but the long-range forecast is pointing towards temperatures that'll be near or just slightly above average. So I think more 70-degree days will be in the forecast compared to days in the 60s. Overall, still pretty nice. Radar and satellite image, we're watching Hurricane Lee, which is starting to make its way northward. It's expected to make landfall in Nova Scotia, perhaps very eastern Maine. As far as our local forecast is concerned with this, we should stay far enough west to see any major impacts from this. This is more of a concern across coastal New England. Tonight, looking at clear skies, overnight lows drop down into the 40s. A beautiful day tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine will warm up with high temperatures close to 70 degrees. Clear skies tonight, low 42. Sunshine tomorrow, temperatures in the low 70s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine expected over the weekend. Some showers on Monday, but they don't last. Looking at temperatures in the 70s again with plenty of sunshine heading into Wednesday and Thursday. Lots of sunshine ahead and just one day of rain. So we're kind of getting away from the summertime pattern that we've been seeing.
Welcome fall.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Okay. Bill, thank you.
Heavy rain, high winds, and coastal flooding are threatening several states along the East Coast.
Hurricane Lee, currently a Category 1 storm, is churning past Bermuda and tracking just east of New England shores right now. Laura Aguirre has the latest on how residents are prepping for a stormy few days.
Ben Franklin said, if you fail to plan, you have planned to fail.
That message reverberating among emergency planners along the northern U.S. East Coast Thursday.
Even if it's not a direct hit, are we going to experience tropical storm force winds?
Hurricane Lee is churning past Bermuda and could weaken as it travels north. Still, forecasters predict it will bring high winds, heavy rain, and coastal flooding as it barrels near or over Maine by Saturday. Storm surge alerts up to 3 feet stretch along much of New England's coast, even higher in places like Cape Cod and Nantucket, Massachusetts. Many residents say they'll ride it out.
You get to the point where you question, like, how much more can it take? But, you know, we've built it back up each time.
In Saco Bay, Maine, an Army Corps of Engineers Jetty Spur project would help reduce storm impacts and erosion. Congress has approved it, but hasn't authorized federal funds to be spent yet.
Because they haven't done anything, we're defenseless.
Some towns are taking before pictures of their coastal areas.
Being able to document what the property looked like pre-storm versus post-storm is really helpful if you have to kind of put in any type of an insurance claim.
As of Thursday, hurricane force winds stretched nearly 100 miles from Lee's center. Even at sea, this storm packs a punch. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Coming up, how to prepare senior citizens for natural disasters.
Also tonight,
Leaves change. Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis is tracking that.
Yeah, and the leaves changed because of the shortening days. That's what triggers the whole process here. So it's not just the cooler weather. Of course, the cooler weather does help, but it's the fact that the days are getting shorter that triggers the process where chlorophyll breaks down in the leaves. That's the chemical that makes the leaves look green. And once the chlorophyll goes away, the beautiful colors are left behind. Yellows, oranges, reds, and they can become really, really brilliant if we have extra sunshine in the fall. So weather does have a small impact on the foliage, but really the big driver is the shorter days, and that's why the leaves change color just about the same time every year. And that will be taking place later this month and into early October. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet across the region. It'll be a cool night. Temperatures will drop down into the low 40s. If you're taking the dog out for a walk this evening, you might want to grab a light sweatshirt or maybe a light jacket. Temperatures will cool into the 50s as we head towards sunset. Tonight's featured dog is Cardin from Remsen. If you want to be part of this, head to Bill's Buddies on Facebook. We're taking a look at a very nice weekend ahead. A look at the forecast coming up. Case, back to you.
Bill, thank you. A recall alert.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
So we talked about why the leaves change a few minutes ago. Let's take a look at when they typically change and when we see peak color. And it varies across New York State, and it varies in central New York. Typically, it's the end of September to the first week of October for the Adirondacks, including Old Forge, Lake Pleasant, also included Hinckley Reservoir and areas north and east. The second week of October for the higher elevations north and south of the Mohawk Valley. And in the Mohawk Valley, it's typically the third week of October. So the middle and end of October is when you'll see the best color in the lower elevations. It's neat to be part of and live in an area where you can get 3 weekends worth of peak color. That's not the case in a lot of areas. And the reason why it's so different is because we have such dramatically different climates in our area, from the mountains to the valley. So live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It is dry. What a day today. Feeling like fall. A beautiful afternoon. Breezy. Temperatures in the 60s. This is a live look in downtown Utica. Our sky watchers are checking in with temperatures in the 50s and 60s. To the north, the 50s. Old Forge 56, Inlet 58, Forestport 59 degrees, Middleville 64. Across the southern valleys, Richfield 61, Cooperstown 63, Westford 62, and Mark and Milford checking in with 60 degrees. We've got dry air that continues to spill in from the north and west, and that cold front yesterday is going to help keep Hurricane Lee to our east. It is a hurricane. It's weakened, but it's still expected to make landfall as a hurricane in extreme eastern Maine and into Nova Scotia as we head into Saturday. This is a look at our Skycast at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Again, with Hurricane Lee moving up the east coast. Here in central New York, we're away from the rain, we're away from the wind. We may see a few high clouds with it, but that should be about it. Again, that storm is going to continue to move to the north and have relatively little impact locally. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, clear skies, overnight lows into the 40s. Some of the outlying areas will briefly drop into the upper 30s. We'll stay away from frost, though. It won't be quite that cold. Heading into tomorrow, we're looking at sunshine, a beautiful day. High temperatures climb into the low 70s. Tomorrow night, the weather remains clear. It should be a really nice night for high school football. And then on Saturday, just a few high clouds spill in from the east. Otherwise, a very nice afternoon with high temperatures in the low 70s. Tonight, clear, a low of 42. Tomorrow, sunshine, a beautiful day. High temperature of 71. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine over the weekend, highs in the low 70s. Overnight lows won't be quite as cool. Heading into next week, we're into the 50s. Some scattered showers return Monday, but then dry weather and a warming trend is expected with highs in the 70s by Wednesday and Thursday. We'll be right back.
With Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
A taste of fall today. Temperatures in the low 60s. Some of the areas to the north not getting to 60 today. It's stuck in the 50s. Our current temperature at Griffiths and Rome is 60 degrees. It's very comfortable outside. We have a west-northwest wind at 14 miles an hour. And you may need a light jacket if you're going to be spending some time outdoors this evening. Temperatures are expected to fall into the 50s and 40s, especially by later tonight. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It stays dry overnight. Tonight, temperatures will be cooler than they were last night. We're down into the low 40s into the upper 30s. A beautiful stretch of weather is expected as we head into the weekend. And I'm also tracking the latest on where Hurricane Lee is expected to make landfall. Partly sunny this evening, temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. We're tracking how low temperatures get across the region tonight. Look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
The Herkimer County Board of Elections is
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Feeling like fall today. It'll feel even more so tonight. Here's a look at low temperatures expected across the region. Down to 44 in Utica, 40 in Middleville, 37 in Old Forge, 39 in Broomville, Rome down to 42. Across the southern valleys, down into the low 40s tonight. Cooperstown, a low temperature expected of 42. Canajoharie 46, Hamilton 43, and New Hartford down to 44. Cooler tonight compared to last night. And though some places briefly drop into the upper 30s, I think we'll stay away from frost. Frost is more of a concern once the temperature dips to or below 35 degrees, then that becomes more likely to form. And it'll be cold tonight, but we won't get quite that cold. We will be seeing frost eventually, and it's usually the end of September and into early October. At least that's when it typically happens. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Nice and dry across the region. We're seeing partly sunny skies this evening. This is a live look in downtown Utica. Tomorrow night should be a picture-perfect night for high school football. Sunny skies early at the start of the games. The sunset is 7:15. It'll be clear at halftime down into the 50s. You may want to grab a sweatshirt if you're going to be heading out to a high school football game tomorrow evening. Barneveld 60 degrees, Old Forge 56, Norway 63, across southern valleys, Cassville 61, Richfield 61, and Paynes Hollow with 63. Yesterday's cold front continues to march to the east, and that's going to help keep Hurricane Lee to our east. It's still a hurricane making landfall as a hurricane at some point on Saturday, likely making landfall either in eastern Maine or Nova Scotia. The effects from Hurricane Lee go as far west as Cape Cod and into southern New England, but locally we'll be too far away from this landfalling hurricane to see any significant impacts. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, clear skies tonight. Again, temperatures down into the 40s and upper 30s. Tomorrow looks like a beautiful day. We'll warm up quickly, and it'll be warmer tomorrow than it was today, even though it starts out colder. Temperatures are expected to climb into the low 70s with less wind. Tomorrow night, the weather remains dry, and the weather on Saturday looks really nice too, with highs in the low 70s. Clear tonight down to 42. Tomorrow, beautiful day. Sunny, a high of 71. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Temperatures remain in the 70s on Saturday and Sunday. A really nice weekend, dry. Monday, rain showers return, 69. It starts to warm up again. Temperatures climb into the 70s, upper 70s, looking ahead to next Thursday.
Right.
Sunshine.
Bill, thank you. Now, I know this is not the birthday show, but I do want to say a very happy birthday to Miss Vilda Helmer.
Okay.
98 years old.
Wow.
She's from Boonville. She writes to us every so often. Beautiful notes. I mean, this card, beautiful. You are my favorite. But don't feel bad, guys. She does mention that you're her favorite, too.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Very nice things to say. So I just wanted to say happy birthday to Miss Helmer in Boonville, 98 years old today.
Happy birthday. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. Utica University set. Look at the forecast. We bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Normally there's a cool picture or a moving map, but you're trying to make a point here by putting these temperatures up here. It's chilly out there tonight.
Chilly, cool, cold. You can all argue about what words you want to use. I'll just tell you it's 51 degrees.
I say chilly.
This is the coolest it's going to be since June 7th. Go
Okay,
back to
so
June
that's,
7th.
yeah.
So we're going back a little bit of a ways. We actually had a couple of temperatures in the 30s in the first part of June. We won't get quite that cold tonight. Let's talk about how this cool weather will start to help the leaves change. It's not just the cold weather, it's the shortening days that starts the whole process. As the days get shorter heading into the fall, the leaves start to lose chlorophyll. That's what the chemical that makes the leaves green. As chlorophyll starts to drain from the leaves, we start to see the colors come out. And there are other chemicals, there are other properties in the trees that bring out some of the different colors. Bottom line is, we really want dry, sunny weather in the fall to get the best colors. And we'll start to go there here, at least for the next couple of days. It's looking pretty quiet out there in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Tonight, probably too cool to keep the windows open. You might want to close them, but of course you don't need the heat, at least not yet. Overnight lows look to drop down into the upper 40s. We're tracking some nice weather as we get into the weekend. Look at the forecast coming out. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Historic conference.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are looking at overnight lows tonight to drop down into the low 40s to upper 30s across central New York, down to 39 in Boonville, 37 in Old Forge, Middleville 40, Little Falls 46 across southern valleys. Hamilton down to 43, Richfield Springs 41, Oneonta 43, Canajoharie 46. These are cooler numbers than what we saw last night, and again, you've got to go back to June 7th before we've seen temperatures drop colder than what we're seeing across the area. As cold as we're getting tonight, we're not going to be cold enough for frost, so we don't have to worry about that, at least not yet. We eventually will in a few more weeks. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's clear, it's quiet, and it is turning out to be a pretty nice night as we take a live look in downtown Utica looking east. Weather tomorrow looks fantastic. Looking at highs in the low 70s. Perfect weather for high school football. The sunset is about 7:15, so the game starts out with a lovely sunset, and we'll see clear skies throughout the evening. You're going to want to grab a sweater or a light jacket if you're heading out to a high school football game. It is going to be cooling off heading into tomorrow evening. Radar and satellite image showing high pressure and control of our weather. That will also help deflect Hurricane Lee to our east. It's a hurricane with 85-mile-an-hour winds, likely making landfall as a hurricane around Nova Scotia to perhaps extreme eastern Maine. As far as our local weather is concerned, while this is making landfall, we'll be far enough away where we won't see any significant impacts from this, aside from maybe a few high clouds heading into Saturday, and then the leftovers of the remnants of that system will continue to move to the north and east. Tonight, clear skies, overnight lows drop down into the low 40s. Beautiful day tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Temperatures climb into the mid-60s by lunchtime and into the low 70s in the afternoon with a light breeze and a lot more sunshine than what we saw today. Again, a nice night for high school football. Tomorrow night, not quite as chilly. Temperatures drop down into the low 40s. Heading into Saturday, a few high clouds. Pretty nice day. Temperatures climb into the low 70s. Tonight, clear, low 42. Tomorrow, looking at sunny skies and an absolutely beautiful day with a high of 71. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Nice weather over the weekend. Highs in the low 70s. Our one and only chance of rain over the next 7 days is Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, dry, and it does warm up. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s here this time next week.
Good night for high school football tomorrow, too.
It is looking great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next, a massive look at the forecast. We bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, and you might as well bring in your parka. It's getting chilly out there.
Yeah, we're down to 49 degrees, and we're likely to cool off enough tonight where it'll be the coolest night since June 7th.
Wow.
So we go back a ways.
Yeah.
We've gotten into the 40s a couple of times in August, but to get into the low 40s, that'll be the first in the last couple of months. As we take a look at what this weather does, well, it helps the leaves change, but it's more than just the weather that does that. It's actually the shortening of days that triggers the process of leaf change. And the leaves change because of the lack of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is that chemical that causes the leaves to look green. It helps them produce photosynthesis and sugar from the sun. When chlorophyll starts to go away, that's when the leaves begin to show some really brilliant colors. And again, what triggers this is the shortening of daylight. Of course, the weather also does play a role too, especially with these cool nights. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Looking pretty quiet out there across the region. Tonight, overnight lows drop down into the low 40s. Probably too cool to leave the windows open. But still, maybe you want to keep the windows open, cool the house off. We are tracking some really nice weather heading into the weekend. A look at that forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. An historic conference taking place.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Temperatures will continue to fall tonight. We'll bottom out in the upper 30s to low 40s across most of central New York by tomorrow morning. Here's a look at low temperatures. Utica 44, Remsen 39, Boonville 39, Rome down to 42. Overnight lows down into the upper 30s. Certainly cold, but we're not quite cold enough for frost. Usually that happens when temperatures are 35 or below. We're close, though, in some of the colder pockets. Across the southern valleys tonight, overnight lows in the low 40s. Richfield Springs 41, Cooperstown 42, Herkimer 45, and Norwich down to 42. High pressure in control of our weather, bringing us clear skies and a lovely night. It's a live look in downtown Utica. We're looking to the east, and again, the weather looking nice tonight, although on the cooler side. High school football tomorrow night looks great. Our sunset is 7:15, so we should have a lovely sunset as the games kick off. Looking at clear skies through halftime and throughout the whole night. Might want to grab a sweatshirt if you're heading out to a high school football game. Temperatures will be in the 50s and cooling off from halftime onward. The radar and satellite image shows Hurricane Lee moving up into the Atlantic. It stays to our east as we head into the weekend. Still a Category 1 hurricane with winds of 85 miles an hour. This is expected to make landfall near Nova Scotia or extreme eastern Maine on Saturday. It looks like Saturday afternoon is when it makes landfall. We stay far enough away where we miss the impact from this. We may just see a few high clouds, but that should be about it as the storm continues to move into eastern Canada over the weekend. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, clear skies tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the low 40s. It's a beautiful day tomorrow. Even though it starts out colder than it did this morning, we're expecting a warmer afternoon with less sunshine, high temperatures in the low 70s. Great weather for high school football tomorrow night. Saturday, we'll see plenty of sunshine. A couple of high clouds arrive, especially east of Utica from Hurricane Lee, which again is going to move well to our east. Saturday looks like a beautiful day with high temperatures in the low 70s. Clear skies tonight, overnight lows in the low 40s. Beautiful day tomorrow, sunshine, temperatures in the low 70s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Nice weekend, temperatures in the low 70s Saturday and Sunday. Rain returns Monday, but then it dries out, and we are looking at some warmer weather. Highs in the mid to upper 70s by Wednesday and